I'm a divorce lawyer.
As a divorce lawyer, would you say that divorces are initiated most by men or by women?
Women, 90% of the time.
Why is that the case?
I think that they yap with their friends, and I think they get real frustrated where guys are like, I'll get to it tomorrow. And I think the women just get in their heads and they're like, all right, I'm done.
So it's the women who are sabotaging their own relationships?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of it is that they're getting with their girlfriends, they're angry, they just get frustrated, and they have a lot of people in their ears. And I think they just want to, when they're done, they're done.
And this is precisely why you don't have folks in your relationship business. This is a big deal for a lot of folks, man. That loose lips sink ships. That's for real. Especially true in relationships. Once you start getting other people involved, right? It's only a matter of time. You start letting outside influences dictate your thoughts on both ends.
But I feel like things build up really easily with people, and they're talking about it more, where you're like pissed off and you get kind of over it quickly.
That is not a flex. That's not a flex, girl. That's bad. Oh my God. And then the fact that she just didn't like the idea that there was any form of peace. Because comfortability, familiarity, just, oh my gosh. Girl, you just basically made one of the biggest statistics that they talk about in women initiating divorces. 70% of women initiating divorces. Very small percentage is due to abuse. But the large percentage of that, out of the 70 to 75, is being vaguely unhappy. Vaguely unhappy. Listen to what I just said. Vaguely unhappy. You wasted 10 years of your husband's life just to say, I'm not happy. I want a divorce. Because if a man did that, the women would come swarming into the comments and sitting there talking a whole lot of shit to that man, saying, why the fuck did you waste 10 years of this woman's life then? Make it make sense.
Recreational purposes only.
Okay, so I understand from a logical perspective why men say that us women do not take accountability and we don't listen. Because we can't even take accountability and listen to our fellow sisters when they come bestowing knowledge upon us that can help us or better our future for later, so that we don't become a stumbling block for others. But we don't do that. We criticize and we try to point out other people's flaws and other people's transgressions that they once did, and it's just like, what point does that make? Where does that get to? You're proving that you are an ignorant person when you don't take heed of knowledge, especially when somebody comes telling it to you in love. Yeah, they not calling you out your name. You know what I'm saying? They're not belittling you. They're just telling you the truth. And because conviction is settling in, you think that they're judging you unjustly. My goodness.
Now, when you go to the comments on these types of videos, you'll see them prove her point in record time.
I don't want no living prostitute. I'm not going to pay no woman to be here. Do you want to be here? Well, then kick something in then. Well, you don't want to kick nothing in, then hey, you ain't got to be here. You don't want to kick nothing in, you ain't got to be here, but you're not coming over here for free.
Would you pay all the bills? She's doing everything right. She has paid all the bills for you, makes you feel good, do everything right.
Not off the back, but I would.
The game guy would. Wow.
It's not about the money. It's about understanding I only want a woman to deal with me because of me, not what I'm providing. As soon as you put money into the equation, a woman is going to do what's best for herself. Self-preservation says, I'm going to go to work, to a job that I hate, to a boss that I hate, because I need to survive. So the moment you start spending money on a woman's living situation, she's going to stay with you regardless if she likes you or not, because you're supporting her life.
Right.
So I don't ever want it to get confused and a woman want to stay with me longer because, well, shoot, I would leave, but he's paying half the rent or he's paying all the rent. So it's like, no. If she ready to leave, I want her to have no reason not to leave. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the money. It's about me feeling like she's really fucking with me for me and not for my money. Even if I was a billionaire, woman ain't just gonna come in and, nah. I need something. Y'all know you ain't got.
Wait. If you're a billionaire,
if I'm a billionaire,
you still gotta ask her for something.
I'm gonna ask her for something. Now she may not be able to afford the $100,000 a month rent, but whatever she's capable of, she gonna have to kick that up, like Uncle Sam say. Otherwise, ain't no I'm not housing no prostitute, right? You pay them to leave, right? So I'm not gonna pay no woman to be here. Do you want to be here? Well, then kick something in then. Well, you don't want to kick nothing in, hey, you ain't gotta be here. You don't want to kick nothing in, you ain't gotta be here, but you're not coming over here for free.
Man, the bottom line is women with real intentions want to contribute in any way they can. That's if she really rocks with you, right? Like once she start negotiating terms and playing hardball, you already know what time it is.
Y'all, I need somebody to help me out right now. So, what's going on with the men? What's going on? Like, men come up to me all the time. Oh, you're beautiful. I love your hair. You smell good. This, that, whatever the case may be. And that's it. Where is the, hey, I would love to take you out. Hi, could I have your number? After the compliment. Like, what's really going on? Like,
yeah, I mean, you got to pardon people being a little confused, right? Like 1 minute is, we don't need y'all. The next minute is, where are y'all? Where are all the men? Might want to make up your mind. But I think a lot of guys, man, they just have decided to concentrate on themselves. It's just like at the point where you just want to get right, get ahead, play for keeps, putting your time worth something. Sadly, a lot of people out here in this dating market aren't really worth your time. The double-edged sword is that you still got to go out there and do it. You just hope that you have the right discernment, navigate the dating process. I think the days of just going out and pursuing somebody just because they look good, that might be coming to a close.
What a lot of these women in America complain about, oh, take me here, take me there. The men outside the U.S., they will do that, right? But they're going to expect that you be a woman. So they're going to do everything, you think a man should do. But it's not just they're going to do it. Yeah. And then they get nothing in return. Right? Like they're expecting you to act a certain way. They're expecting, you to carry yourself a certain way. All this, well, I don't have to do, this, or I don't have to call you, or I don't have to, like, they're not gonna stay on a text stream for months. Yeah. They're not doing all that.
I mean, apparently it's asking way too much for women to be respectful, peaceful, and cooperative. They gotta just insist on competing with men in this way, not realizing that you have it best right here in America. If you want to be treated like a certain way, you have it best here. I've been saying for a while that men overseas have much higher expectations, right? And they won't take half of the shit that a lot of American men and things that go on in the Western culture. They just not dealing with it. It's respect at all times, and if you're not doing that, it's a no-go. So it's still the same thing, but heightened. But even then, we keep telling them that getting laid is much different than being wiped up and committed to. But yes sir, hit me in them comments. This is EK Real Spicy signing out, and I'm gonna check y'all in the next video.